Now we'll be taking up the IUPAC for the organic compound which contain double and triple bond, right? Now you are familiar with the rules, but when we are writing the the IUPAC for the organic compound which contain the double and triple bond, these rules actually get slightly modified. The modification is not too much, but still they get slightly modified. So first of all, I'm just recalling you know that the name consists of three parts, you know that. It is the prefix which indicates the substituents, word root that indicates the number of carbon atoms, suffix that indicates the you can say the type of bond, and a functional group present, right? But when we are considering the double and triple bond, so that means secondary suffix is not required here. So here we'll be using up only the primary suffix, that means which will be indicating the type of bond, that means the double, single and the triple bond. As I said that double and triple bond we'll be considering, so obviously the primary suffix is going to be in or is going to be in or ein. If it is double bond, then in. If it is triple bond, then it is going to be ein, right? Now what are the actually, or you can say how those rules get slightly modified. First rule, what you did in that was that you have to select the parent chain. So similarly we have to do it in this way also, that we have to select the parent chain, and the limitation for that selection of this parent chain is same. That means the chain has to be continuous, and there should be a maximum alkylated, that means maximum branched. It should have maximum number of substituents attached, the same thing, right? But the slight modification is that, suppose if you get a chain, right, like in this, I'm giving you an example. Suppose we have a chain like this, right, and we have a chain here like this. So if we are selecting this chain, it is just an example to explain you the modification, right? If I select this chain, so how many carbon is going to include? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? And if I select this chain, then I am going to have carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here it was 5, and when I was selecting this, it is 6. And I can also select in this way. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So the modification is that whether that means you have like in a parent chain, it is a compulsion that the multiple bond should be included. So it can happen that the chain might be shorter, but still the main thing is that it should possess the multiple bond. It should include the multiple bond in the parent chain. Like if I select this chain, then it's okay because we have a multiple bond included in this chain. And if I select this chain, then also it is okay because we have multiple bond included in a parent chain. But we cannot select this chain because this is deprived of the multiple bond, and when we get to see that organic compound has double and triple bond, it is a compulsion that we need to have that multiple bond in a chain. So that means at that moment you don't have to consider the length of the chain or the number of carbon atoms in the chain. What is the compulsion? What is the preference? Preference is that the multiple bond should be included in a parent chain, right? So this is the first modification. Second the rule was we have to number the carbon atoms, right? So what we were doing, I told you in the previous one that when we number, so the numbering is done in such a way that the carbon atom carrying a substituent should get the lowest number, right? But what modification did you see in double and triple bond is that, suppose there is a substituent present, like I'm stating you with an example. There is a substituent present and there is a double bond, right? So, or from which side you will number? If you will number from this side, then this carbon carrying a substituent will get 2 number, right? And if you number from this side, and what is the number for the double bond? 4. Out of 4, like double bond or triple bond will be between the 2 carbon atoms. So lowest number is taken as number for the double bond, right? Like it is between 4 and 5. So the number for the double bond will be the minimum one, that is the 4. So that means if we number from this side, the substituent get 2 number and the multiple bond gets 4 number, right? But if I number from this side, so the double bond, the multiple double or triple whatever, it gets the 1 number, and this substituent gets the 4 number, right? So which you are going to prefer? The rule states that when there is a substituent present and when there is a multiple bond present, our preference goes with the multiple bond. That means the substituent may get the higher number, but the compulsion is that the multiple bond should get the lowest number. So that means from which side we are going to number? Obviously we are going to number from this side, because by numbering from this side the multiple bond gets 1 number and substituent gets the 4, and this is what the second rule states, right? That means now I think it's clear right in your copies that if there is a substituent present, only substituent, then our preference is that we have to number the carbon atom carrying a substituent with the lowest number, right? But if we get to see a substituent as well as multiple bond in the organic compound, then we have to number in such a way that the multiple bond should get the lowest number. Whether the substituent get the higher number or the smaller, we are not concerned with it. But when we are not concerned, you have to remember that we are not concerned when there is a multiple bond present along with it, right? Otherwise we are concerned, we have a full consideration for the substituent as well. But when we have the multiple bond present with the substituent, our preference goes with the multiple bond. So that means the carbon atom carrying the multiple bond should get the lowest number. So this is the modification, the second modification. Third is that if you get to see more than one multiple bond in a compound, suppose if we have a compound like this and we have two multiple bonds, right? So when I number from this side, if we are just talking of number, then this one multiple bond is getting 1 number and one is getting 3. So it's okay. Like, and if you'll number from the same side, the other side, then again the number is going to be same. So it's okay. But if the multiple bond is on one side it is double and other side it is triple, then it matters a lot that from which side you are going to number. So you have to remember that if an organic compound contains the double as well as the triple bond, then our preference goes again with the double bond, right? That means the carbon atom which carries the double bond should get the lowest number. It is preferred over the triple bond, right? So that means it in this the numbering will be done from this side, 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means the one carbon carrying the double bond will get the 1 number and the carbon atom carrying the triple bond will get the 3 number, right? One more point. If you get to see the organic compound containing the same type of bonds, that means if it has 2 double bond, if it has 3 triple bond, like that. So you have to prefix di, tri, ter, as we did for the substituents. Like if there are 2 double bond, we have to write that it is diene with the position specified, right? It will be more clear when we will be solving these examples which I wrote for you. But I think for this moment you are clear with the modifications which you have to do in while just writing an IUPAC. So just look at the board. We will do the practice problems now. You will be well versed with, you will get to see all those examples which I stated in front of you. And you will be well versed with this concept that what is the modification which is to be done in case of double and triple bond. So we are taking up this question, right? It is CH3 bond CH. Double bond CH, single bond CH, single bond CH3, single bond CH3, right? So first rule is that to select a parent chain, and if it contains a double bond, then the chain may get shorter, but the bond should be included in the parent chain. So obviously if I select this chain, how many carbons are included? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And if I select this chain, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again 5. So my preference goes with the straight chain. So this is what we have selected, the parent chain, that is this is the parent chain, right? Second step is that we have to number the carbon atoms, right? But we know that this is the substituent and this is the double bond. And you know that if there is a substituent and the double bond, our preference goes with the double bond. That means the carbon carrying the double bond should get the lowest number. That means if I'll number from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, because this double bond is getting 3 number, right? But if I'm numbering from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this double bond is getting 2 numbers. So obviously my preference will go from this side. So I'll number it from this side because after numbering from this side, this bond is getting the lower number, that is the 2 number, right? Now what else I get to see? I get to see a substituent at 4. That's all is present in this organic compound. So I'll just write an IUPAC for it. What we'll do, I'll write the 3 steps individually, then we'll club them, right? So this compound includes the prefix, it includes the word root, and it includes the primary suffix. So what is the prefix? It is 4, and with substituent CH3 means methyl group. 4-methyl. What is the word root? How many carbon atoms in a parent chain? 5. So obviously it is going to be pent. Primary suffix, what do you get to see any multiple bond? Yes, we get to see at position 2. So 2-ene. Now we are just going to club them in order to name it. So it will be 4-methyl pent 2-ene. This is the answer, right? So and you can even write it in this manner, 4-methyl 2-pentene. Even this is correct, but according to me, just make a habit of writing this because it is more informative, right? See, 4-methyl, that means at 4 there is a methyl group. Pent means there is a 5 carbon. 2-ene, that means at 2 position there is an ene, right? So either of both you can use. Now we are doing for the second one. Again, we have to select the parent chain, but before doing that, I get to see that there is a condensed formula written, right? So we can open this formula because it is possible that if we open this formula, we get to have a longer chain. So I'm just opening up, right? So that means now we'll be selecting for a parent chain. So if I select this chain, how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I select this chain, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means our preference will go with this chain. This is the parent chain, right? And the second step is that we have to number it, right? So this is a substituent and this is the double bond, and we know that the substituent, we just neglect the substituent if there is a multiple bond. The carbon atom carrying the multiple bond should get the lowest number. So if I number from this side 1, 2, 3, that means it gets 3 number. And if I number from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, no, it gets if I just number from this side, it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Again it gets the 3 number. But like if I number from this side, the double bond is getting 3 number, but substituent is getting 4 number because it is attached to this carbon, right? But if I number from this side, then double bond is also getting 3 number and substituent is also getting 3 number. So that means our preference will go from this side. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So this is how we are going to number it. Now how we'll write the IUPAC for it. So it is, we have to write the prefix first, 3-methyl. You get to see methyl group at 3 positions. So 3-methyl. How many carbon atoms in a parent chain? 6. Hex. And do you get to see any multiple bond? Yes, we get to see. And at what position? At 3 position. Hex 3-ene. So this is the name for this compound. Right, so this is how you have to write the name for this given compound. Now look at the third question. We have got a straight chain, so obviously our preference will be this straight chain. This will be a parent chain, right? Now the second step is that we have to number it, and we get to see 3 multiple bonds. So let us see that if we number from this side or that side, what lowest number combination we are going to get. So if I number from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, I get to have 1, 3 and 5 position for double bond. As you can see, 1, 3 and 5, right? And if I number from that side, then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I get at 1, 3 and 5. Again the same. So so that means you can do from the either way because they all are double bond. There is no triple bond included. All are double bond, and even the numbering is same. The same combination we are getting. So we can number it from either way, right? So suppose I am just taking into consideration this chain in which I have numbered from this side, this left side. So this is this, right? So just let us write the IUPAC. Do you get to see any substituent, anything which is not included in a parent chain? No, we don't get to see any substituent which is not included in parent chain. So that means there is no prefix. So just leave the space, right? Don't get panic. It happens that you may not get the secondary suffix, you may not get the prefix. So whatever you are left with, just club them and write the name. So how many carbon? So we are just skipping the prefix and I am coming directly to the word root. So how many carbon in a parent chain? Hex. And what you get to see? We get to see 3 double bond. And at what position? 1, 3, 5. How many bonds? 3. So that means triene. So it is the name for this compound, that is hex 135 triene. Right. Similarly, we'll be doing for this. Again, we'll be selecting a parent chain. So this is obviously going to be a parent chain. You know that how to select a parent chain now. Right. Now I'm going to number it, and if I number it from this side, that means our double bond carbon is getting 2 number, and even there is a substituent present at 2, substituent present at 4, and again at 4. So that means we can do numbering in this way. And what will be the IUPAC? You all try in your copies, right? As I am doing on the board, you try in your copies. So what answer do you get after writing an IUPAC for it? Yes, it is 2,4,4 trimethyl. How this came 2,4,4? See, 2, 4 and 4. If there are two same groups present at the same carbon, but still you have to specify the position again. So it is 2,4,4 tri, because all the substituents are same. It is methyl. So 2,4,4 trimethyl. Word root is pent and 2-ene. So that means this is going to be the name for this compound. Right. Similarly, I'll do for this, and you start solving in your notebooks. So this is going to be a parent chain. I am going to number from this side because this is clear that triple bond is present here. It cannot get the lowest number from this side. So how I am going to write? It is 3,3,4 again trimethyl pent 1-ine. This time we have ine because it is a triple bond, and the earlier examples all carried the double bond. So that is why the difference lies is that it is a triple bond, and for triple bond we just put the suffix as ine, right? Similarly, look at this. So obviously it is going to be a straight chain, right? What you get to see in this, as you did the examples till here, they carry only the double bond, and the example this carries only the triple bond. But this F1 has a double as well as triple bond, and I told you that if there is double and triple, both bonds are present, then our preference again goes with the double bond. So that means I have to number from this side, because if I number from this side, the triple bond may get 1 number, but the double bond will get more number. So that means we have to number in such a way that the double bond carbon should get the lowest number. So this is what we have done from this side. So again, there is no prefix, so we can directly write the word root. It is pent 2. So see how we are going to write. It is pent, now the primary suffix, 2-ene and 4-ine. 2-ene and 4-ine. So this is how we are going to write. It is the name for this compound. Right. Now for this, again we will be selecting this chain. We will be numbering from this side, and we can number from this side as well, right? If I number from this side, the double bond is getting 1 number, but the substituent is getting 3 number. Right. But if I number from this side, the double bond is getting 1 number as well as the substituent is getting 2 number. So our preference will be from this side, because by numbering from this side, we are just solving two purpose, that our substituent is also getting the smaller number, and as well as a double bond, our preferred one, is also getting the smaller number. So how we are going to write the name for this compound? We get to see methyl group at 2. So 2-methyl but. At what position you get to see double bond? 1 and 3. 1, 3, and 2 means diene. So this is the name for this compound, right? I think it's clear how to write the IUPAC for the compounds which contain the double and triple bond. You are just familiar with the modifications. We need, just remember, the chain may get shorter, but still the compulsion is that we have to include the multiple bond in a chain, right? And if we just get to see different types of multiple bond, that is the double and the triple, our preference goes with the double bond, because you often think like that because we started with double bond and then after the triple bond comes, so what you just number the carbon atom with triple bond with the lowest number. So don't do like that. Okay, our preference goes with the double bond. The carbon atom carrying the double bond should possess the lowest number, right? And if the numbering is done from both the sides, and we are just solving like we saw in this one, by numbering from this side we were solving two purpose. That means the substituent was getting the smaller number as well as the multiple bond was getting smaller number. Then do it from that side, because it is solving our both purposes.